Hey everyone, welcome to Leo the Lurker. I'm back after another long absence. I'm sorry. Had some stuff going on, work, personal life, all that sort of things like that. But I've got some more stuff for new backgrounds and everything. Y'all like my little Leo light sign? Yeah, it gives you something to look at while I tell you some stories from Reddit. I actually did record a video a couple of days ago. This is a new camera that I'm using, and whenever I went to go back and edit it, it hadn't picked up any of the audio, so I had to mess around with it. And today I'm using my lavalier mic, and I hope it sounds better. Hope it will cut out some of the background noise and just pick up my voice, which is already torture to listen to anyway, so I'm sorry about that. But let's get into it. I picked some stories yesterday, so these are like a day old, but we're going to thumb through and see what we can find. Okay, so this is from a subreddit I've never actually read from before. It's Our Open Marriage, and it is username RP with Sepsis 23, which sounds kind of gross, but okay. And Need to Vent / Advice is the title. So let's dive in. My wife, 42 female, and I, 49 male, have been married for 21 years. Before we got married, we both had what I describe as an active and exciting sex lives. After marriage, her drive, towards me anyway, has declined dramatically. At its worst, we went for a period of 5 years only having physical intimacy, yes, I'm not only talking about sex, 2 times. She was the one to bring up opening our marriage first. I hadn't considered it, but it didn't take much to convince me once she broached the subject. She had already had 3 affairs prior to this discussion, so in 2018 we opened our marriage. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a second. She had 3 affairs prior? Like, you just kind of glaze over that. Like, did you know about them, or did you not know until after the open marriage? If you didn't know about the affairs until after the open marriage, okay. But if you already knew she was having 3 affairs and y'all had sex twice in 5 years, I mean, why are you with this woman? Okay. Back to it. I didn't have any trouble finding people who were interested in me, but every time I would prepare for my first date with whatever woman I was talking with, my wife would become very upset and act as if I was cheating on her. There it is. When I was very open and honest with her and let her know about everything that was going on, and I never once actually got to the point of having sex with anyone. Okay. Again, we're going to interrupt for a second. It's so funny when these people are like, let's open the marriage, I'm gonna love it. And then, reluctantly, and maybe not so reluctantly on this guy's part, which, given the context we have, I don't really blame him. But if they accept and then they start getting partners, then the one who wanted the open relationship usually starts flipping out, and it is so funny. Meanwhile, she was having all the dates she wanted without a single complaint from me. After her last blow-up in 2021, we talked and decided to close our marriage again. So you never even actually, it says you never had sex with anyone, so maybe you actually did go on a couple of dates, but you never got the benefits of this. Since then, we have had sex twice, even though I had said that she would have to put more effort into our sex lives together if she wanted to be monogamous again. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, when she brought up the idea of opening our marriage again. I was skeptical at first, but she promised it would be different this time. Oh, did she? They always do, don't they? So I started flirting and met a lady that I'd like to date. My wife is acting like she is in shock, not only that I found someone so quickly, but that I believe she was serious about an open marriage again. I don't know what to do anymore, but I am severely frustrated and hurt. Okay. You are married to a yo-yo. She's open marriage, closed marriage, open marriage, closed marriage. This is all based on what she wants in that moment. When she wants to go be with somebody else, she wants the marriage open. When you want to be with somebody else, she wants the marriage closed. this isn't working for either one of you, like, why are you putting up with this, OP? Why are you dealing with this? This is so stupid and such a waste of time and, like, boring and dumb, and you could be doing so many other better things with your life than messing with this. This relationship is already over, but you two don't seem to realize it. Like, and it's been over for a while, it sounds like. And your wife, she needs to just be single and do what she wants, because that's what she wants. Is she wants to go do what she wants, but she doesn't want any responsibility for that, and it's so dumb. Okay, let's pop down into the comments and see what people say. She has a sex drive, just not for you. Sorry to say it, but you are aware as well. This time when it's your turn to play, don't let her talk you out of it. Yep, and that was Joe Bush 79. Tricky Challenge 2417 says, playing head games, my friend. It seems to me every time you agree on opening your marriage, she gets jealous, or else she doesn't like the fact that you're first at picking up women, no problem, but good luck. I'm no therapist. I'm sorry, my eyes just kind of went out of focus when I was reading that. Jessica says, she's selfish, and I agree, Jessica. Very, very true. Okay, yeah, I mean, everybody is saying, like, pretty much the same thing. Like, Murmurville says, what is in your marriage with this woman that keeps you wanting to be married to her through all this? And OP didn't respond to that. I'm not seeing. Okay, let's see here. Here's a response from OP. Okay, so Stealer of Wives says, wife is angry at him for dating while going on dates. Maybe stronger erections might help. And that was in quotes, so I don't know if that was said somewhere in a comment that got deleted, but OP says, we have kids together and one has special needs, and with the way family court is, he would go to her as primary caregiver, but she can't handle that at all. Beyond that, a decent friendship, that's about it. But is it a decent friendship if she's messing with your emotions as much? Whether it's a marriage, a friendship, a parent-child, if you're being manipulated by the person you're in that relationship with, it's not cool, and it doesn't matter that you guys are married. She shouldn't be able to do this to you, OP. I'm sorry, OP, that sounds rough, and I hate that for you. Okay, let's look for the next one. Oh, this one. Okay, good, it's not deleted. So, this is from Our Relationships, Throwaway Bad Wife 89. Oh no, I want to see. There's an update, but I want to get to the original post first, and I just got it here. I, 30 female, cheated on my husband, 27 male, and now I suspect he's seeing another woman. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Let's hear her out, everybody. He knows I cheated. We didn't separate, and I begged him to not divorce and let me fix this. You can't fix it, honey. You cannot fix this. Men or women, if you cheat on your partner and you say, let me fix this, you can't. You can't unfuck the other affair partner, okay? You just can't do that. Wouldn't life be so much easier if we could unfuck people? Anyway, he agreed, but his behavior since my confession has basically been one of indifference. Oh, yeah. If he's not even mad, he's past it. Like I wrote on my last post, I do my best to be the best wife he could ask for. I cook his favorite foods, get him gifts, screw his brains out every night. I feel like I've read this before. He just smiles and thanks me. We're going to go through it, just in case. He just smiles and thanks me. He acts kind and never yells at me, but I feel his icy indifference under the mask of courtesy. 2 weeks ago, he started coming home late. Very late. And when he does, he just goes to bed. I asked him what's going on, and he told me in the kindest way possible that it's not my business. Oh, sweetheart. I call him when he stays out, and he picked up only once. I heard a woman laughing in the background. I'm starting to think he is cheating back on me. It fucking hurts. Oh, does it hurt? Boo-hoo. If he told me, at least I would do my best to stomach it. I deserve this after all. Oh, it's so funny when people cheat first and then, like, when the consequences of their actions come back, then they're talking about what people deserve. Did he deserve to be cheated on first? And did he deserve to be fucking hurt first? Anyway. But he won't tell me. He just shuts me out. Good. You pretty much, when you cheat on somebody, you give up all rights to knowing what's going on with them until they're ready to tell you. A common friend told me she spotted him in a car with a woman she didn't recognize, and this felt like a stab in the heart. She said she couldn't describe her exactly, but she wore big sunglasses, but she recognized my husband because of his particular taste in neckties. They were talking, but my friend said that from their position it looked like they were holding hands, or one of them had their hand on the other's lap. I don't know what to do. If he's having an affair, I deserve it, but I need to know. The uncertainty is killing me. Should I confront him? Should I try to find out more? And I can't go back and find the previous posts people are talking about. But, Fragrance Spray says he learned that you don't love or respect him. He's going through the motions in your relationship while he looks for a better option. Eventually you're going to stop doing this fake act, and once you're sure he won't leave, but I think he already understands that he's not going to trust you again. I agree. Like, girl, he's gone. You need to amicably let him go. Just do it. Okay, so anyway, here's the update before I get into it, because it sounds like some things happened, because this is a rather long passage. He left me. I did like you guys said and begged him to talk to me. He didn't want to, but I cried much I puked all over. Well, that is romantic. And I don't know who told her, like, beg him to talk to you. That's bad advice. You should have given him space, because all you're doing is cornering him and making him react instead of being able to give him time to think out, like, his process and what he wants to do about things and what he wants to say and how he wants to say it. And when you force that out of people, it comes out a lot more hurtful than probably what you want or what they want. But honestly, you know, you don't deserve much better anyway, especially since you won't leave this man alone. Oh, but he sounds like a really nice guy. He got softer with me, and he helped me clean up, and we talked. Oh, girl, I wouldn't have helped you clean up. I asked him if he was cheating on me, and he said that he was talking with someone, but didn't do anything with her. I asked if she was the woman my friend saw with him, and he thought on it a little bit, but said no. It was another woman whom he had met a month ago in his office. I asked him how could he, and said I gave him permission. Okay. I asked him how could he, and he said I gave him permission. Sorry, I think that's how she meant to word that. It's not how it's worded. And he didn't do anything besides unloading his problems and our situation with her. But he played it like he was having a full affair so I could feel what he felt. Especially because, according to him, I neglected him and made it obvious I was cheating on him. He said he was suffering, and I was almost rubbing it in his face, and I told him I wasn't doing it on purpose, and he said this was even worse because I didn't care at all. He said that everything I did after confessing meant nothing and just made him think I am selfish, self-centered, and lack any sort of self-respect. I asked him if we could work on myself and our marriage, but he said we can have counseling to sort ourselves out, but the marriage is over. He said he wishes no ill will on me and decided to cut his charade because he could no longer bear to the woman he once loved suffer like that. Oh, that's sweet. He's a good guy. You're an idiot. But he said I'm no longer that woman. I started sobbing again and he held me, but he kept saying no when I asked him if we could work this out. I asked him what he was going to do, and he's moving out. He already found a new place. I asked him if he was going to live with that woman, and he said I don't know if she meant to say no or yes, but she wrote he said he, but she was close enough. I don't know what that means. I asked him how he could pick a total stranger he met a month ago over his wife of 5 years. He said his wife of 5 years no longer exists. Burn! He was to pick between two strangers, and that woman made a much better impression on him. I told him he was a fool and he could not know this woman will probably use and dump him. Oh, how do you know? He got harsh and said she's better than me for sure. He said he won't say to our families our marriage ended because I cheated, but because we grew apart, and that he will leave me the house as long as I make the divorce smooth. But if I try to take him to the cleaners, drag it out, or cause any problem, he will tell everyone what I did to destroy, and she wrote that in quotes, me and my reputation. This happened yesterday, and he's already packed up almost everything. I can't stop crying, and I can't believe this is happening. This is... oh, I love this last line. This is horrible and unfair. Oh, is it unfair? Is this a troll? Like, is this real? Oh, OP. Let's just operate on the basis that this is a real post by a real moron. Throwaway wife. You are an idiot. Like, you think what he's doing to you is unfair? See, I wish I could find her first post to know what the affair was, who it was with, how long it was going on, but it really doesn't matter. You cheated, and, you know, that's what matters here. And he is not going to put up with it. He's done, and you can't handle it because you think he somehow owes you, like, a free pass or something? That's ridiculous. Guy Incognito TU says, I asked him how he could pick a total stranger he met a month ago over his wife of 5 years. Probably had something to do with you fucking other guys. Just a guess. The fact that you're playing victim now speaks volumes about your character. I agree, Guy Incognito. I agree. Shy Girl Lala 224 says, OP's post can't be real. How delulu can a person be? And I agree that it feels like a troll post almost, especially the second one. Very like, I'm the victim. Feel for me, cry for me. Oh my god. All right. Let's find us a classic Am I the Asshole from Open Map 8390. Am I the asshole for telling my fiance it is naive to expect my mom to pay for our wedding and not attend it? Oh, this should be good. I am marrying the love of my life, Kay, who has always dreamed of a huge princess wedding. We are a young couple and don't have much money, so my mom offered to pay for our wedding. That's very sweet. Now, I know my mom loves me, but she isn't the best mom, and it certainly doesn't come naturally, so she just kind of throws money at things. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that, Opie. Kay's maid of honor, M, is like a sister to her and one of the most important people in her life. M recently found out that my mom has been banging her husband. Oh, whoa, wow, okay. A huge age gap. He's my mom's age, and M was obviously devastated. She's a 22-year-old stay-at-home mom and has no idea where to go. Wow, this took a turn. Kay and M have cried together over this countless times, and Kay even confronted my mom and called her an evil, ruthless bitch. I mean, if your mom goes around setting fires and then throwing money to try and put them out, damn, dude, maybe you should just cut your mom off and go to the justice of the peace. Okay, there's one more paragraph left. Let me get through it. Woo, this one just took a turn I was not expecting. Now, here is the issue. Okay, yeah, here's the issue, guys. You know, okay, my mom is banging my fiance's best friend's husband. But here is the issue. Kay came to me and told me she is not willing to have my mom at our wedding after what she did. I said I understood, but she was have to be aware that my mom isn't going to continue paying if she can't attend. Everything is in her name and she would cancel. Kay said I needed to set boundaries with my mom, but I don't see how. No one is going to pay for our wedding they are banned from. I told her she was being naive if she thought she could have the wedding and punish my mom. Now Kay and M are being standoffish and acting like I'm the bad guy. Okay, so before we jump into the comments, I need to know, what does your fiance expect? Does she expect for your mom to keep paying and not be invited? Because that is kind of ridiculous. Like, yes, what her mom did was super messed up and disgusting, but like, you know, the money, you know, and yes, I think your mom is definitely using money as a means to act as terrible as she wants and then hold that over your head, and I think that's gross. Even, you know, that's just gross on top of gross. Like, she is screwing a married man who is like twice his own wife's age, gross, and then using money to stir the pot and walk away from it, all explosion in the background while I put my sunglasses on. Triple gross. And this woman seems like trash. But is your fiance willing to downsize the wedding and not use your mom's money in order to not invite her? And if that's what she wants, then you should kind of back her up, I think, because your mom, you said it, she's not the best mom, and she sounds, to be quite frank, she sounds god awful. So yeah, like, downsize the wedding, have that in a backyard barbecue, whatever. Get your friends to pitch in, maybe do a potluck dinner. If you're hoping for some elegant dream wedding, you might have to let that go, or you're gonna have to let your mom come. Those are your two solutions. But I don't know what your fiance is exactly asking for here, because you weren't clear about that. Maybe in the comments, OP will say. Let's see. Professor Plum Did It says, you need to completely replace all the women in your life. Okay, I don't know about that. What, you know, I still need to know what the fiance exactly wants before I start calling her toxic or something. Your mom is a cheater who thinks that she can buy her way through life. The love of your life is either entitled and selfish or a fucking moron. Okay, that was, I don't know, dude. Professor Plum Did It. I think that's a bit much. And Medium Sympathy says, and surprise, twist, the maid of honor turns out to be the looniest of all. She already went to my mom's work and assaulted her, destroyed a Dior bag, showed porn of her to everyone, and tried to poison her mild allergy. Wouldn't have done anything. Oh, she tried to poison her, and it was a mild allergy that wouldn't have done anything. Good Lord. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing these comments from OP. I don't know if they've been deleted or locked or they're just so far down, but this sounds like a whole mess. Okay, I just found OP's original comment that I just read. I really don't know what would happen if she saw her. Whew, OP, goodness. Maybe at least put the wedding on hold and figure out what the hell is going on, man. This is a weird story, but, you know, family is so fucked up sometimes. Okay, well, OP, good luck with that. My best advice that I could come up with is put the wedding on hold and just, man, I don't know, figure out, seriously, if you do need to cut these people out of your lives, or some of them, or whatever. I don't know if you're just as crazy as they are, or if you're like standing there going, what the hell, man? That's interesting. People are so interesting. Okay, I'm going to do one more from Relationship Advice. Throw RA 99996. How do I tell my newlywed friend, 24 male, that his wife, 25 female, has been having an affair for their entire marriage? Well, let's find out. I'm anxious to see, you know, do you know this or do you think it? I, 26 male, have known Daryl, 24 male, and Lizzie, 25 female, for several years. Daryl and Lizzie had been dating since high school, and the three of us met and bonded through being in the same club during college. They've been together for around 10 years now and have been married for the last year. Neither of them seemed especially happy together before their marriage, and both of them had only ever been with each other by the time they got married. I'm very close friends with both, enough to be a member of their wedding party, but I am closer with and talk more with Lizzie. Recently, while hanging out, Lizzie confessed to me that she'd been having an affair with her manager, Oliver, 50 male, and when pressed, confirmed that she'd been pursuing the affair emotionally since before their wedding, and it had become physical the day after the wedding. Oh, God! He is the one who hired her and has a family. His wife works at the same location. Messy, messy, messy trash people. Okay. As far as I can tell of her infidelity, but his and Lizzie's bedroom has been dead since before they got married. Why did they get married? He's recently come to me and confessed that he thinks he may be depressed. I'm worried that if I tell him with no evidence, he either won't believe me or will slide into further depression, and I also don't want to be the one who pulls the trigger that blows up their lives. She's been lying to Daryl for literally their entire marriage, sleeping with her boss during work events and bringing him back to their apartment when Daryl is out. I feel duty-bound to tell him, or at least clue him in, but I have no idea how to do it safely and in a way that helps him out the most without him shooting the messenger. Reddit, what do I do? Oh, goodness, that is... Oh, man. First of all, like, yeah, with his mental state, I don't know if you should be the one to tell him, but I do think that you should tell Lizzie, like, tell her, if you don't tell him in a week, however long, I'm gonna tell him. This is messed up. He's going downhill. Like, it's affecting him, and you need to come clean. Maybe separating would be best for both of y'all, because, you know, if you've been together since you were teenagers and you're the only person, then yeah, things are stagnant and stale, and you've clearly outgrown each other and things like that. But make her tell him. Just tell her it's very unfair that she put this on you to keep a secret, being so close to both her and Daryl. Like, that's really unfair that she put you in that position, and quite frankly, it's gross, and I would be upset with her for something like that. Not just because she's cheating on my friend, but because she put me in a position where now I have to keep a secret or tell him. So either I gotta lie to him or break his heart. Bitch, you know, why'd you tell me? Did you want me to tell him? That's messed up. So I would definitely come at her with some words and be like, you need to say something. Let's see. Okay, so this top comment here, I'm going to read it, but I don't necessarily agree with it, because the first line here it's by B102019. Says, just tell him and brace for the impact. That I don't agree with. He very well may shoot the messenger, so be it. I'd rather my friend be mad at me and know the truth than have no sense of self-respect, and he's obviously being betrayed. Of course she'll be angry too. Good for her. If she didn't want people knowing about her actions, she shouldn't have gone and done it in the first place. That's on her. And then this whole comment is a long story about the commenter's, like, friend whose husband was cheating. I'm not going to read all that because that's irrelevant. I don't think you should tell him. I think you should make her tell him, and I think that you should tell her she's fucked up for putting you in that position, and I think you should be there for him. And I think that when you approach her about telling him, you should record her, just so if she tries to twist the facts and say something else or whatever, you have that proof to cover your own ass, because she sounds like she might get vindictive and try to be like, oh no, I was having an affair with... She might say she's cheating on him with you, or that you tried something with her and you're just mad, or whatever. There's 100 different ways she could spin it. But if you have proof, you can protect yourself there. And at some point, yeah, if she doesn't tell him, then I think you should, but I think you should kind of give her the opportunity, and not so much the opportunity, for her sake, but for your sake and his sake, just so you can be out of the line of fire and just be there for support for him whenever the shit hits the fan. But yeah, you don't want to be the bearer of bad news and be like, how long have you known? Because he might misdirect anger at you and be mad for knowing and not telling him right away, which he might eventually get over, he might not. But you need to have proof of her doing what she did before you get her to tell and before you tell, so that you can protect your own ass, because I have a feeling if she's backed into a corner, she's going to spin some wild shit about you that isn't true to try to bring you down. So that is my advice, OP. And just be there for your friend. Check up on him, get him out of the house, take him on hikes, jogs, walks, whatever, movies, out to lunch, out for coffee, bookstores, you know, just whatever. Hang out with him, answer his phone calls, make phone calls to him. So, you know, make an effort to hit him up at least once a day. Hey man, how you doing? You want to do something at such and such time, whatever. That kind of friendship pays off because you know that they're kind of okay. And even if they're not and they're going through it, you're there for them. And that's worth a lot when people are at their lowest. So just keep an eye on your buddy, man. And cut off Lizzie, because she's toxic as hell. She's, you know, I don't know in what sense she told you this, if she was contrite about it or if she was bragging. I don't know. But either way, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior. Alright, let me read a few more comments here. Somebody says, why did Lizzie confess to you? And OP says, I legit don't know the answer to this. I wish I knew. Somebody says she might want to get caught. Inform her lover's wife anonymously. Suggest that she check his cell phone. She either will make him stop or tell your friend or both. Hey, you know, that's a good idea. Tell affair partner's wife and tell her, like, hey, this is how you can get a hold of her husband if you want to let him know. But also, it's kind of also not fair to do that to affair partner's wife if you're not going to do it to your friend. If you're not going to inform them both, then I don't know, because that's putting a lot on the affair partner's wife. Not only does she have to deal with finding out, but then it's her responsibility to tell your friend, even though you've known longer and told her. Like, that's kind of unfair. So I don't know, I might retract that, and maybe after you've either forced Lizzie to tell Daryl or you have told Daryl, then y'all can maybe decide, you and Daryl, to tell affair partner's wife. And I think that's a good way, and you can all kind of support each other. Maybe some people get really pissed at the messenger, so you got to be careful there. But I would definitely tell Lizzie and record her while you're telling her, or put it in text, however you can, to have proof. Hey, you need to tell him or I'm going to. And of course she'll probably be like, oh no, I did, you know, please don't, or I'll tell him, or something like that. And at least you have that acknowledgement from her that you need to tell, and say, either in your recording, verbally or in text, you need to tell Daryl that you are cheating on him with so and so, and get her response from there. And that way you have it in either recording or writing that she is cheating with so and so. Not just, you need to tell him what you're doing or what's going on. Don't be vague like that, because that allows her to be vague. Be specific so that she is forced to be specific in her response to you. And that's just my advice, OP. Obviously, you do whatever you feel you need to do and what's best for your buddy. But I hope it all works out for you. Hope it works out for everybody. I think that's it for today. I'm going to call it. It's getting kind of late in the afternoon, and I need to edit this video so I can upload it for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope my mic picked up and I can actually post this episode. Hope you liked my new little backgrounds. It's going to be a little different every time. I'll feature some of my art and just some of my little doodads here. I've learned not to touch the lamp because it is touch activated and it will start going haywire, and I like it to fade with everything. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you want to talk about any of the stories we discussed, throw that down in the comments. I'll be happy to respond. And if you liked today's episode, if you'll give my video a like, I would love and appreciate that. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I'm definitely going to try to get better about getting back on these episodes. Like I said, personal life, work life has been kind of crazy lately. I've got bottle feeding kittens for work that I brought home with me and having to feed every couple of hours, so I squeezed this recording in between a feeding, and I'm about to have to go feed them again. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.